The IMF, in fact, has published a paper in February 2023, and I would urge the Senator to update his records. And it's a G20 note on the macro-financial implications of crypto assets 2023. In that document, the IMF sounded a series of warnings under the theme that the adoption of unbacked crypto assets, such as Bitcoin and stable coins, will have stark implications for macro-financial stability. They went on to explain why. That the adoption of crypto assets could threaten the effectiveness of monetary policy transmission and sovereignty. Crypto assets without credible backing pose financial stability risks due to their volatile prices. And where declaring a crypto asset legal tender may create fiscal risks, this will cause risk to public finances. In terms of external stability, the entire international monetary system can be put at risk by the adoption of cryptocurrency. In terms of capital flow stability, crypto assets drive higher gross foreign capital positions and more volatile capital flows. In terms of the structure of financial systems, crypto assets with an open architecture are extremely risky because anybody can contribute to these crypto assets. They're prone to fraud and market integrity risks, and it could destabilize the entire international banking sector. Cryptocurrency.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. This is Brother Yerushalayim coming at you with a quick video. Name of this one is The Hypocrisy of World Governments. Right? They said they want no cryptocurrency, but they're going to push decentralized digital currency. And this is just a quick video through the spirit. I didn't do any write down any precepts, but it's just full of hypocrisy. And when you understand the true meaning of government, is when you understand what these people are all about. The word govern means to what? Control, and ment means what? Your mind. So they out to control your mind, to convince you that cryptocurrencies is the worst thing out. Which is cryptocurrencies is a waste of time anyway. They're just a form of fiat. Right? Fiat meaning because you say it has value, it has value. But that's the same thing as the monetary system we use today. All right? And the digitalization, just takes it a step further of having no value at all. Right? Because the paper and the plastic pretty much have no value already. But when you actually use digital, it's just ones and zeros. All right? No value whatsoever. Okay? And a lot of the disadvantages that he pointed out, these centralized digital currencies, which the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is going to push. They're going to push that. All right. That he's guiding the minds of the people into this new world order, this new world currency, this central bank digital currency, Cbdc. All right. Basically, one currency for the whole world. And this is where it's at. This is where these devils are pushing this thing. So what he's doing there is conditioning the mind of the people, through their wicked ass devices, through their witchcrafts, all right, to accept, and have confidence in this new system, this new CBDC system, all right, and because these people, they trust in these Egyptians, they trust in these modern day Egyptians, these politicians, all right, they're gonna lean on Egypt, all right, they're gonna lean on Egypt, and it's gonna get them in some serious trouble. Now, a precept that just came to mind. Let's get Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed, on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. And all these jakes, they trust in this governmental system, Egypt. All right? That pattern itself after the Roman Empire, having the Senate House, the members of Parliament who represent the people. All right? They trust in them, and it's going to lead to what? you get having a charagma, a C-hip, a potato chip put in your head or your hand in order to buy and sell. That's where the CBDC is going to lead you. All right, to you being ultimately controlled. Okay, just being zombified. Okay, and most of these people, around here, in the world and Trinidad and Tobago, they're gonna take this thing. They're gonna take this thing because why? The scripture talk about I believe it's in the book of Ecclesiastes 10, and is it around 19 verse? Yeah, it says a feast, Ecclesiastes 10 and 19, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, which these Trinidadians love. They love wine and they love to make merry. They love to party, to so-called, as we call it down here, lime, which is basically revelry. All right. But money answered all things. So they want to continue in the way they live in, the way that Babylon set them up. So they're going to go into this thing. And they're going to believe everything that the government, that controls their mind, lets them know. All right? They're going to believe in that. They're going to ultimately become borrowers in the system, which is scripture say, the lender, the borrower, servant to the lender, borrower. See if I can get this. Borrower is servant. See if I can get this. Select here. Servant. Yeah. There we go. Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So all these who have this elites, the global banking elites, who own this CBDCs, all right. They're gonna be the ones who gonna be ruling over the poor, over Jake, all right, and they're gonna have you, best believe, as a borrower, right? And they're gonna be the lender, right? Because the borrower is servant to the lender, That's the reason why Klaus Schwab said that. What he said? He said, you will own nothing and be happy, all right? That's where it's at. Now let's gonna look at some of the disadvantages of the central bank digital currencies, which he didn't talk about CBDC cons. It says after reflecting on the pros of the CBDC currency, right, which is what he's trying to point out, the flaws of other cryptocurrencies, which they know they're going to take down, all right, because they want this central bank digital currency to accomplish the ultimate control, right? Continuing reading, it said, let us reflect on the central bank digital currency cons. They can offer a better impression of the potential CBDC. Here are notable setbacks you can find with CBDCs. CBDCs have prominent geographical restrictions, as they are accepted only in a country that issues them. Now, this is going to be the whole world eventually. But you're not going to be able to use your CBDC through that CHIP, outside the 15-minute city or the geographical location that they assign you to. That's how real it is. Because these currencies are not really money. These currencies, basically are voucher. Okay? You can only buy and purchase what they want you to purchase, what they allow you to purchase. That's where the control comes in. It says central banks could turn into direct competitors for payment service providers, thereby forcing banks to lose income. Right? This is what's going to happen. All these other banks are going to shut down. Only the central banks going to be operating. All these retail banks, commercial banks, yeah, they're going to turn into branches of the CBDC. It says, furthermore, new investment opportunities with CBDC could reduce the consumer deposit demand, right? Subsequently, CBDCs can lower bank lending to the general economy and the economic growth. Yeah. Cryptocurrency CBDCs do not have any links to conventional currency and should showcase higher price volatility. Yeah, in other words, the price could go up and down very, very quickly. But central bank digital currency cons also point out the increased competition of commercial banks. The nature of CBDCs as a substitute for bank deposits can motivate banks to increase their deposit rates. Thus, it can result in transition to wholesale funding from deposit funding. So they're not going to take, in terms of the cost, they're going to stop relying as much on consumer funding, your deposits. But you ain't going to have no money to deposit in the first place. You're going to lose all your money. All right? When the system fails, right? When the monetary system fails, all right? So you're only going to have is a universal basic income. Central bank digital currencies can also increase the risk of system-wide bank runs. Everybody running to the bank. right? Such types of bank runs could increase faster in times of financial crisis without any dependence on time and proximity. So things gonna fail. Even when they make a digital currency, and shit hits the fan, people gonna run for their funds, right? Which they really ain't gonna have no funds. So really what they're working for, what is not isolated digital currencies, is a global digital currency. Alright? It's a global digital currency. And the idea is to take away your control, take away your defense. The scripture says that wisdom is a defense. Wisdom is a defense. Right, Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to those that have it. Now let's look at the word defense here. Alright, defense. Shadow, shade, symbolism of transitory of life, a protection. A protection. So they're going to take away your protection. You're not going to have any protection. You can't go and buy food. You can't go and buy clothes. You can't go and buy something to drink. You can't go and buy a house. You're going to be at the whim and the fancy of the global banking elite. You're going to have to do everything that they tell you to do. And this is their wicked device that they have against Jake. This is really what they're setting up Jake to do, Job 16:11, it says, the Most High had delivered me to the ungodly, which is Esau, Edom, the wicked, according to Malachi 1:4, right? And turned me over into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he had broken me asunder. He had also taken me by the neck and shaken me to pieces. This is how he's doing it. And set me up for his mark, right? So he's shaking Jake to pieces through the economic yoke that he's putting up on us. All the debt that we have to pay, right? The scriptures say, you put your money in a purse with holes, pretty much. So all the money that's going out, you can't basically be successful or increase your worth in this place. You can't do that, right? Because this is the abomination, which is a false balance that Esau Edom has created with the monetary system, which is all a sham, right? The US dollar was all a Ponzi scheme, right? Being the world reserve currency. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 6. It says, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. Yeah, that's like these wicked ass sheiks and heathen politicians, which you just saw at the beginning of this video, right? To practice hypocrisy, right? Hypocrisy. Because they're telling you about cryptocurrencies, but they're not going to tell you the effects decentralized digital currency, central bank digital currency going to have on you. Hypocrisy, right?
Strong's H 2612. Chonef. Chonef.
Which mean godlessness, hypocrite, profaneness, right? Moral filth. This is what these people, these politicians are about. And this is what they're about to do, to sell you out, right? It says, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the cause of the again to sin, to make empty the soul of the hungry, right? And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the chill, the scoundrels, are evil, right? Because they're going to come down to that C-hip, which is an evil device, all right? He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. What you just saw, in the video.
Currency is also
Here.
the currency of use of drug traffickers.
These are lying words that this guy is bringing out. Right? Lying words. All right? Even when the needy speak right, they are lying words, because these people, and even the wicked ass jakes, prime ministers and all these guys, they just about what's selling you out. Zechariah 11 and verse 4, it says, thus saith Yahweh, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, right? These wicked ass politicians, possess, or represent the whole country, the nation, the so-called nation, right? The jakes and the heathen, right? They slay them and hold themselves not guilty. They say, they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So the prime minister, the ministers, they don't pity the people, they don't pity Jake, All right, they don't care. Their pockets got full. They were paid off by Bill Gates or hell, who came here in 2017 and just the other day, I believe last year, you know, with his mega yacht, and basically paid them off, you know. And that's where it's at. That's why I believe this the headquarters for the W to the H and to the O is, and it was right around the Queen's Park, Savannah, and Trinidad and Tobago right now. All right, you can check it out. All right, you know. So hey, these guys are hypocrites. Don't believe them. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Till next time, Abad Babal and Shalom.